Good morning, boys and girls. I'm here with your Day 5 Foundational Skills lesson, which, as you know, is our review of the skills and things that we've been working on during this lesson. At the end of your activities for RLA today, you will have that checkpoint that we always have at the end of the lesson. So please make sure you do all your activities before you do your checkpoint. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So here we have our target words that we've been working with this week. And each of our target words uses one of our 3 Latin roots that we've been working with. So let's review our Latin roots. So in that first line, we have the root sens. And everybody tell me, what does the word or the root sens mean? Very good. It means to be aware. Specifically, we talk about being aware of those senses. So we have that. In line 2, we have the Latin root spec. Right there. And someone remind me, what does the root spec mean? Very good. It means see. So any word that uses that root spec is going to have to do with what we can see. And then in line 3, we have the root sim. And again, how many people can tell me, say it out loud, what does sim mean? Very good. This one means like. So when we see that root inside of a word, we should remind ourselves that that means like, and how can we use that to make meaning from maybe a word that we don't know. Very good. And you can always pause that on those if you need to remember what those mean. All right, let's go ahead and since it's been a few days, let's read through our lines of words. So I'm going to read through them with you, but you need to participate with me. So let's start with line 1. We have sensation, sensible, sensory, and senseless. Very good. Line 2, aspect, species, specific, and spectator. Line 3, assimilate, simile, similar, and simulation. Very good. And the last line has a combination of the different roots. So we have consensus, respect, specialize, and facsimile. Very good. Okay, let's go on to our next slide. So here we have a couple sentences that use our target words. I want you guys to read each line out loud and just making sure you're using correct speed and punctuation and things. So I want you to go ahead and read it, and then I will read it after so you can check yourself. Good. The excuse given by the actor was nonsense. That's the first one. And our target word, as you can see, is the word nonsense, meaning not to be aware, not to use your senses. All right, read line 2 for me, please. Very good. The prospect of a storm has the boaters on the lake a little nervous. So here, our target word is prospect. They're seeing something in advance. They're seeing warning signs of a storm that's making them nervous, which kind of sounds familiar to what a lot of our meteorologists were doing this week, right? They were thinking about the prospect of this storm and what the repercussions might be. Very good. Okay, let's go on to our next slide. Here we have our range of meaning words, which you worked with on Friday, either with Mrs. Peters or with the sub. So let's go over these. Remember that our range of meaning, that this tells us that all of these words are similar in some way. They have similar meanings, but they have a little bit different amounts of it. Remember, we compared this to like shades of a color, like shades of blue. You might have more or less of it, of each thing that's being talked about. So I'm just going to read through these words with you, and I want you to think about what you talked about on Friday with how these words relate to one another. So let's go with line 1 first. Sensible, coherent, unconvincing, illogical. Line 2, definitive, specific, uncertain, indefinite. Line 3, meaningful, reasonable, trivial, and senseless. And finally, line 4, similar, related, varied, and different. Very good. So that reviews our foundational skills for today. So you should be ready for your checkpoint. Don't forget to play the Jeopardy game also to review vocab. Good luck.